Welcome to our last Rose Bowl recap here in downtown Los Angeles. I'm Jessica Greif, joined by Oregon Ducks beat writer Andrew Greif. It is January 2nd. The Oregon Ducks are 2015 Rose Bowl champions, but it's not over yet. Andrew, tell us what's next.
Oregon has now advanced to the January 12th College Football Playoff National Championship game where they'll face fourth-ranked Ohio State. The Buckeyes beat Alabama yesterday in the Sugar Bowl, just as the Ducks took care of the Seminoles 59-20 in a Rose Bowl. That was kind of a shocking rout by the Ducks. Seminoles had won 29 straight games, second longest streak in college football since 1970. It was a whooping. I mean, the 27 points in the third quarter by the Ducks. They forced 4 consecutive turnovers. It's pretty interesting considering Oregon was, down, injured. They lost Devin Allen, their receiver, on the opening kickoff. They were already without star cornerback Ifo Ekpai-Olumu. And now they'll face an Ohio State team that has also dealt with injury, with missing its top 2 quarterbacks.
All right, a lot of stories came out of yesterday's game. Tell us about the different angles that the writers took that if readers want to get a more in-depth look, they could be looking for.
Well, our columnist, John Canzano, wrote about how we beat me in this game. He basically sat in the media tent and listened to both Jameis Winston, the Florida State quarterback, and Marcus Mariota's post-game talks and contrasted how the styles were. Marcus was very understated as usual. Jameis said that, let's be honest, we beat ourselves. Oregon didn't beat us today. Kind of came off a little callous, I think. Jason Quick wrote about Devin Allen and how Oregon will be playing not only for themselves in a national championship, but for their fallen brothers. Tyson Alger wrote about Derek Malone, the senior linebacker, how he really jump-started that onslaught of second-half points. And I kind of wrote about how in the spring, Oregon would always learn to punch a punching bag because they punch in, they never punch out. How this was kind of a symbolic knockout of Florida State. And then also I spoke with Braylon Addison, the wide receiver. He's been kind of the center of a lot of intrigue this whole season because he injured knee ligaments in April. He's the Ducks' leading receiver last year, and people thought, will he return? Could he return from that knee injury? I caught up with him last night, and he said, after the Michigan State game, I knew these guys were going to be just fine without me, and I knew I could take my time.
All right, well, there was a lot of celebration on the field last night, but there was also some celebration that people are saying went too far. Let's take a look at that. And that chant comes from sexual assault allegations against quarterback Jameis Winston from Florida State. How is the team responding to what happened there?
Last night, Mark Helfrich, the head coach, already told the Associated Press that the players involved in that chant would be punished somehow, would be disciplined. On the video that I've seen in a couple different places, the players involved are Tyree Robinson, the safety, and Tarodney Prevost, the outside linebacker. Both are one's a redshirt freshman, one's a sophomore. So we don't know if that'll mean missing any playing time in the Ohio State National Championship, or whether that means other different kind of punitive measures, running extra lines, anything like that. We're not sure yet, but they will be disciplined.
And while there was a lot of criticism from that action, there was a lot of approval from fans of a different kind of celebration. There was actually a wedding performed in the Rose Bowl Stadium parking lot. It was a couple from Eugene. The bride is a teacher in Springfield, the groom a teacher in Lebanon. They said this was kind of a last-minute decision. Let's take a look at what they had to say about their wedding.
It's going to be in Santa Cruz, like on a beach, and it wasn't kind of what we had ever kind of dreamed of. And then randomly during a conversation, the Rose Bowl came up.
And we were just like, oh, hey, wouldn't that be funny if we did the Rose Bowl and go back to our original plan? And immediately it sounded so perfect.
We were like so excited, and it was like, took like 30 minutes before everything was canceled, and calling parents to let them know that we changed our plans.
Well, the next time we see the team will be in Eugene on Monday for a press conference. After that, we will see them in Texas. Until then, stay tuned to Oregon Live for all your updates. And we're going to leave you with some sights and sounds from the fan reaction last night, along with the celebration on the field. Reporting in downtown Los Angeles, I'm Jessica Greif for the Oregonian and Oregon Live.
hey, we're pumped, we're jazzed, we're ready for the national championship once again. It was a blowout win, and I think that's what we were all expecting.
Couldn't have gone any better.
It was a great game. Go Ducks! 4 turnovers. They scored every time after the turnover. It was amazing.
Ducks just won the Rose Bowl.
I had a feeling we were going to give it to them pretty big.
Yeah.
That's why I already have my ticket booked to Dallas.